Good. There is a buzz in the air. We are so delighted that you are here. My name is Dean Hollin, and I'm with Zoomer Radio, the new classical FM. I'm with On the Bay as well, and we are also here representing the new website, Baywatch as well. So we're very, very grateful you are here for classic movies on the Bay. And this is I think it's our second round doing this. And yeah, we've lined up 4 during the summer, and this one is especially exciting. Before I get to that, however, I would like to humbly present the Collingwood Land Acknowledgement. For more than 15,000 years, the First Nations, including Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Ojibwe, together with many others who were families, friends, and communities, the way that we are today, they all walked upon and cared for the lands that we now all call home. The town of Collingwood acknowledges the Lake Simcoe Nottawasaga Treaty of 1818 and the relationship it establishes with the original inhabitants of Turtle Island. We acknowledge the reality of our shared history and the current and continuous contributions of Indigenous people within our community still today. We seek to continue empowering expressions of pride amongst all the diverse stakeholders in this region, and we seek to do better by continuing to recognize, acknowledge, learn, and grow in friendship and in community, nation to nation. Okay. I have some thank yous as well. We would like to thank first and foremost, well, they're all first and foremost. We'd like to thank the crew of CHS Productions for putting this all together for us here this evening. Roger Robinson and his crew go to great lengths and are running around town, all sorts of places, putting up things, and they always do a bang-up job. Thank you to the staff of Parks and Recreation and the Culture Department as well. We'd like to thank the town of Collingwood, as well as the town sponsors that looks after all of the things that happen down here at the amphitheater, from Slocker. We have to be a big thank you to From Slocker as well. We'd also like to thank Collingwood Key Condos and the Unity Collective of Collingwood. Let's please give them all a big round of applause. Before I get into a little bit about the movie that we are going to see, I do want to acknowledge as well, of course, the things that I just acknowledged on the Bay and the Classical Station and Zoomer, and that is all owned, is part of MZ Media, and we do have Moses Neimer here this evening, and so we're very happy that he is with us as well. So thank you, sir. Okay, so The Wizard of Oz. That is the big feature tonight. And that came out in 1939. It was based on a 1902 children's book by L. Frank Baum called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And yeah, they decided to make a movie of it in 1939. We know, of course, the big star, Judy Garland, who was all of 16 years of age when she played the role of Dorothy. Oh, there we are. Very nice. But a little story that you might find interesting, and that is that we all know those characters. Ray Bolger played the Scarecrow, and we have Jack Hale, who played the Tin Man, and we had Bert Lahr, who played the Cowardly Lion. But in fact, it was actually a gentleman by the name of Buddy Ebsen, who was originally supposed to play the Scarecrow. Okay, so Buddy Ebsen, and you would know him from the Beverly Hillbillies, right? He played the dad in that. So Buddy Ebsen, great dancer of that era, and it was actually Ray Bolger who was slated to play the Tin Man in that. And so, but Ray Bolger really wanted to play the Scarecrow, so he actually said, "I'd really like to switch roles," and apparently the studio didn't have a problem with that, and Buddy Ebsen didn't have a problem with that. So they switched roles, and Buddy became the new Tin Man in filming. So, but then Buddy got really, really sick. Actually, he started having body aches and muscle spasms and all sorts of things. And as it turns out, Buddy Ebsen ended up in the hospital, and he was allergic to the aluminum dust that they were putting on his body to do the filming. And so he had to be replaced, of course, by Jack Hale, who came in, and that's who we know as the Tin Man. And so, yeah, a little bit of interesting trivia there to go with the movie tonight. So I love talking about the composer of the music from the Great America, or from the Wizard of Oz. He's one of the greatest writers of the Great American Songbook, and his name is Harold Arlen. In addition to the songs from the Wizard of Oz that he created with E.Y. Harburg, he created songs like Blues in the Night, One for My Baby, It's Only a Paper Moon, Accentuate the Positive, and a couple of songs that we are not going to have tonight, Stormy Weather and Come Rain or Come Shine. Okay, because we got a nice clear evening. In fact, we've kind of been delaying, waiting for that sun to go down. Okay, so yeah, Harold Arlen, and this is the really maybe interesting thing for us, is that Harold Arlen was born in Buffalo, New York, so very, very close to us. Over the Rainbow is the #1 song in cinema according to the American Film Institute of the 20th century. And we are going to get to enjoy that tonight by the host of the Classical Jukebox. It's on Monday through Friday on the New Classical FM. Please welcome to the microphone. You're going to come up and say a word or two? Yeah? Yeah, please. Daniel Vnukowski.
Thank you, Dean. As always, smooth introduction. And Dean is my partner in crime here at the New Classical FM. He's going to be taking over Wednesday already. I have the festival duties to get through as artistic director of the Collingwood Summer Music Festival. And I invite you all to come out. We've had already 2 fantastic concerts yesterday. National Academy Orchestra of Canada did a splendid performance. Today we had the Alt Sisters. Tomorrow we have Tom Wilson and Iskway. We've got the Nathaniel Dett Chorale, Penderecki String Quartet. Just a fabulous array of performers for everyone. I would like to thank our official media sponsors who are also hosting this event, On the Bay Magazine and MZ Media, New Classical FM, Zoomer Media. It's a privilege to work there. It's been a fantastic time. Both of us got the job around the same time. We both got the phone call from Moses around the same time, and it's just been a pleasure working and getting to know the greater Toronto community. It's an incredible reach. 102.9 just for Collingwood area, Southern Georgian Bay. The birth of the station in Coburg, 103.1, and all of the GTA. Just a fantastic listenership on 96.3. So we're partnering as a festival for this first one. We thought we'd do something unique, stretching our boundaries just a little bit with what we would have had happen in the late 19th century, in the era of silent film, where we had a black and white movie going on, and a pianist or an organist or a mandolin player would improvise on the spot. So he'd check out, or she would check out what's going on the screen, and just like that, we'd have a few things planned, but otherwise, everything is spontaneous. So bear with me. This is my first time doing this, so it's going to be very, very, very interesting. And we have 4 movies that it's going to be very short, but it's going to show you the power of music. And music, just imagine watching your favorite movie without music. I mean, music sets the perception, the rhythm, the pace of the entire movie. It sets the atmosphere. Sometimes you get what's called a diegetic sound. That simply, it's a fancy word, and it simply means that that's what the actors are hearing. So if you were inside the movie, you would be hearing that. And we're going to have that today with one of the movies. It's called From the Great Dictator, 1940. It's the barbershop scene. So Charlie Chaplin is going to hear the Brahms Hungarian dance come on the radio. And according to that dance, he's going to be shaving the guy, he's going to be doing his hair, everything based on, and apparently Chaplin had to really practice this one super hard. And he gets it right on. And that's my job today, to get it right on backwards, based on what, Charlie Chaplin studied on the score. So this will be very, very interesting. We also have the Lion Cage. That's what we're going to start off with. It's a lot of, it's the Tramp, as he was called, Charlie Chaplin, getting stuck in a lion's cage, and accidentally the door slams, and he's stuck in there with a sleeping lion, and he tries to make his way out. That's going to be our first one. We've got the pancake scene, and that's just going to be one we can relax with. I'm going to be playing a slow waltz that just kind of goes on and on and on. It's just one of those father-son kind of moments where they're, sloppily getting that syrup on their pancakes, just barely waking up, spending this nice time together. It's just one of those merry-go-round kind of easygoing waltzes. And we're going to end with Modern Times, which was one of his greatest movies in 1936. Charlie Chaplin, swallowed by a factory machine. That's going to be our last. It's just going to be a minute, and it's going to be a wild ride. That's the most challenging one for me. So let me just try to kind of set the mood with the cut by Harold Arlen, the song we're all waiting for, "Over the Rainbow," which has been covered by so many artists since when 1939 was written. And Harold Arlen, this guy from Buffalo, wrote this piece, and he struggled to get the director to include it. The director said, "We don't need that one. We already have enough music. We're covered." And just imagine what Wizard of Oz would be today if the director didn't decide at the last minute to include this incredible song.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get started with the Lion Cage now.
Rolling. Daniel Vnukowski. There we are. Very nice, my friend.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, a couple of other little housekeeping notes. We have to just take a couple of minutes to remove the piano. If you need to use the washroom, we do have a portable there, and there's one a little bit down the laneway there as well. If you haven't already got some, or if you want another little helping, compliments of On the Bay and the New Classical FM and Bay Watch, we have some popcorn down there. So, okay. So again, grab some popcorn. Give us just a couple of minutes to get this piano off the stage, and then we will go on with our feature presentation tonight, of course.